If you had to take cover from gunfire, could you hide behind a car? That is what we're gonna test today on Yee Life. We have a 2000 Mazda 626 here, and you may have seen it in the movies. Somebody runs behind a car, people are shooting at them, and they're protected. But how protected would you actually be if you were hiding behind a car with gunfire going on? So we have this Mazda 626, like I said here, from the year 2000, and we got it off Facebook Marketplace for about 800 bucks. It was running when we got it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it's not running now. Get out, I want to show you something.
Okay. Just don't wreck it.
I think it might be something with the combobulator.
Parker, relax!
Those twin pistons, the spark plugs in them are a little leaky.
Relax! You needed me to get out to show me that? Just like wrecked the car.
It's probably that, one of those.
It's because you just crashed it into the berm.
Where'd you want it?
Just put it over there. I don't know. No. All right.
No, it was like sputtering before that, I think. Our plan for this thing today is to do a standard penetration test, and we will put Fred on the other side as if someone was hiding on the other side of the door. Then we're also going to test the windows and see what it would be like being inside of a car that's being shot. And then we may mess with the tires, we may mess with the engine. We got a few different things going on. So stick around. Could you hide behind a car in a gunfight? Let's find out. Okay, we have Fred lined up behind the car here. He is behind the passenger side door. We got him on a cinder block here, and he's ready to go. He's hoping that nothing will go all the way through the car. We're gonna scoot back about 15 yards, and we're gonna start out with this Ruger Mark IV shooting a 22. I think it's gonna go through the exterior and then stop on that steel frame, hopefully.
You think it's gonna stop in the first door?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
All right, here we go. Here's our 22 against our car. Good luck, Fred.
That felt pretty powerful, man. I don't know. I'm sure that went through the first door.
All right, here we go. Check out this entry. It went straight through the outside, kind of chipped the paint a little bit. Let's see how far it went. Oh. So it came through the back of our door here, but then the bullet like tilted downwards, and here it is. Here's our 22. So it just came out this first door and then fell onto the floorboard right here. All right, moving up to 380, shooting our Ruger Security here. Much bigger caliber than our 22. Let's see if it makes it all the way through the car and hits Fred. All right, here's our 380 against our car. Here's our entry from the 380. It looks pretty much identical to the 22, except there's less paint that chipped around. See the inside. And it did not come through the other side. Didn't go through our first door. So a few things that could have happened. Number one, it was a hollow point. Number two, what I'm guessing is these door frames, they have like holes in them. And so that like steel core, that hard metal on the inside, I'm assuming that it just must have hit that hard metal on the inside. So our car door stopped entirely the 380. Pretty interesting. Okay, our 380 was not able to make it through the first door, so we're moving up to our 1911. We're shooting a round of hollow point 45 ACP, and we will see if this will make it all the way through to Fred. All right, here we go. It's a bigger entry. Definitely the biggest entry so far. Right here, little paint chip. Let's see. Came out right here. I can see where it dented the back side of that door. So our bullet hit right here. It bounced off the other side of the door. Here's a piece of it right here that's still stuck. And oh wait, here we go. There's our bullet right here. Made it through this door, bounced off of the passenger door, and then landed right here in our seat. All right, we're gonna move up to our full metal jacket round of 45 ACP. So for those who don't know, these hollow point rounds are actually hollowed out at the tip, and they're designed to expand on impact to do more damage to the target, versus the full metal jacket round is just solid, so it's gonna have more penetrating power. So we're gonna shoot the full metal jacket round and see what that does. All right, here's our FMJ 45 ACP against our car.
Good hit. Great hit, man.
Thanks.
Good hit.
Here we go. 45 ACP hit right here. Came out the other side right here. I see a hole on the passenger door. Let's see if it made it all the way out the other side. And it didn't make it. Bulged out the back, but did not make it all the way through. So our car was able to stop the full metal jacket, 45 ACP. Fred is still safe. Let's move up. All right, time for our true test. We have some full metal jacket, 9mm. We're shooting our Glock 19. Could you hide behind a car when getting shot at by a Glock 19 and survive? Let's see. All right, here we go. 9mm against our car. Hang on, Fred. Bullet entered right here. I think this is our exit. Came out the back. Let's go check the other side. Ooh. Here's our exit. Came straight through the passenger door and then put a hole through Fred's stomach. So the full metal jacket 9mm came in and out the driver's door, in and out the passenger door, and then in and out of Fred. So our car door, at least, would not offer as much protection as you'd think. Now, if you were behind the engine, if you were behind another part of the car, maybe, but at least for like the main center section of a car, it's not gonna offer a whole lot of protection, at least from 9mm and above. All right, so before we move Fred over to the engine side, where we're gonna test if you were hiding behind that hood, what kind of protection would that offer? We are going to keep him here behind the door and we're gonna shoot it with our crossbow and see what kind of protection it would offer from a crossbow. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I really underestimated that, I feel like. For some reason in my head, I felt like it wouldn't even go through the door, but it's just like, I don't even see the bolt. It's just disappeared. Golly, I don't even know what the exit was, really. I think it may be here. But there you go. There's our bolt right there. So it's stuck in our passenger side door. Let's go see if it went all the way through.
Is that necessary?
What?
Dramatic jump over the hood.
Just felt like it'd be faster.
You don't need to be doing all that.
And it did not. Here you go. So that is the tip of our bolt right there. It's just barely peeking through the passenger side door, but it did not make it all the way through. But honestly, it kind of made it further than I thought it would. So a crossbow make it through one side of the car into the passenger door, but not quite. Okay, so we are moving on to our engine side, and we're gonna see if you were hiding behind the hood of a car, if it would stop a bullet. So we were gonna hit it with, we're just gonna move straight up to the 50 cal because there's so much metal in here. There's no way that anything is gonna have a chance of going all the way through except maybe the 50 cal. So we're gonna move up to the 50. We're gonna put Fred behind the hood on this side and see if it'll stop the 50 cal.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think it's definitely gonna rip through our spark box here, probably go through the combobulator, and then like I'm imagining this thing is a V6 24 Vax. So
You don't know what any of this stuff is or how it works, do you?
oh yeah, I know all about these puppies. All right, we have Fred set up in position behind our engine down there, and I'm just gonna hit right above that tire and see if this thing goes all the way through. This is like something they do in the movies.
Yeah.
This is pretty fun. I feel like I'm in a movie. This day is like totally a movie.
You wanna shoot it?
Don't you feel like you're in a movie?
All right, that's enough.
All right, here we go. Our standard round of 50 versus our car engine. Let's see what happens. I feel like I'm in a movie.
Dude.
All right, fire.
Good shot.
He didn't move. All right, our 50 hit right here. I hit right where I wanted it to. It went through this outer portion of the car. Let's see what the inside looks like. And not seeing an exit here, and I'm only seeing that hole from the 9mm in Fred's. So it does appear that our car stopped the 50 cal. So there you go, our engine stopped the 50 cal. If you're gonna hide behind a car in a gunfight, get behind the engine side because the doors are not gonna offer a whole lot of protection. Okay, so for our next test, we have Fred set up in the driver's seat here. He also has a Fred cam strapped to his face. And the purpose of this experiment is going to be, number one, what would it look like if you were in a car getting shot at? And then number two, what would it sound like? So I'm gonna leave my microphone in here with Fred, so you'll be able to get a first-person view of what it would be like to be fired at inside of a car. I'm gonna shoot a few different rounds through the windshield and we'll see what happens. All right, we have our Ruger Mark IV here. We're starting out with a 22 through the windshield, and we'll see what it would look and sound like being in a car getting shot at by a 22. Just gonna put a couple rounds through it. Hopefully I don't break the camera. There you go. It didn't shatter. It just kind of put these holes in it right here. So I did these two kind of close together. You can see where it hit the dash. Got some glass down here on our driver's side. Yeah, let's move up. Okay, that was the 22. We're moving up to our 9mm here, shooting a Glock 19. I'm gonna put my mic in the car and we'll see what it would look and sound like. All right, Fred's head fell off. I put it back on. The 9mm penetrated through the windshield, came into the dash. So yeah, let's move
On
up
his
to
chest, I think.
All right, let's move up to the AR. All right, here we go. We have our AR loaded with 223 here and fired at the windshield. We'll see what happens. All right, that AR is just like another level moving up from that Glock. The whole car was just filled with like that glass and that smoke. It does look like it did penetrate through the dash on this one. Even some of them looks like they went through the steering wheel here. Fred has a bunch of bullet holes through his chest here and a lot more shrapnel from the AR. I'll be interested to see what that one looked like. All right, I'm geared up and we are ready to hit our windshield with the 50 cal now to see what it would look and sound like to be inside a car and get shot at with a 50 cal. We've moved Fred over to the passenger side of the vehicle where there was less bullet holes so that we should get a clearer view. I'm gonna be about 15 yards out, fire with the 50, and we'll see what it looks like. Hang on, Fred. It's back here. So I had a feeling it was gonna hit low because at that distance, this 50 is pretty low. And so sure enough, it hit right here at the windshield wiper. It just scraped through that dash right there. So it came in through here, came like just above the airbag. It looks like we got a bunch of shrapnel right here on Fred. I'm not exactly sure where the bullet hit. You can kind of trace the path of it. So our exit is right here. So you can see where it kind of scraped that interior of the Mazda, pretty much shattered the glass in the rear. And yeah. All right, there you have it. That was the 50 cal against the front windshield. So that was the 50 cal against the front windshield of our car here. So for our final test with our car here, I am going to shoot the 50 cal right here through the rear trunk of the vehicle. And we're gonna see how far it makes it through, if it makes it all the way through this front console, or if it makes it all the way out the other side, just to see how far that 50 cal will penetrate, shooting it long ways. Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'll ask for clearance next time. That's my bad. They're getting on to me about not requesting clearance from above for that last 50 cal shot. All right, last test, shooting long ways with the 50 cal, shooting into the rear of the car, see if it'll go all the way through. Let's shoot it. Gotta get clearance real quick. Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider requesting clearance to engage target. Roger, Mazda 626, year 2000. Yeah, it's the little white car. Yeah. I'll tell you after I shoot it. I don't know, I haven't shot from the back yet. All right, bye. Okay, we're good. All right, here's a 50 cal through the rear of a Mazda. Never thought I would say that in my life. All right, I'm firing. So I was aiming for the upper portion of this rear license plate with the goal of hitting the dash in the front. So here's our entry from the 50 right here, and let's see what it did to the inside. It's a lot of dust and smoke. All right, this is the inside of the vehicle, and we see there's our exit in the rear seat right here. It went right through the middle console cup holder into the front, and wow, it tore right through the front console right here. It looks like this was our entry from our bullet right here in the front. It just tore off all of these dials. That was exactly what I was hoping would happen. There's also an entry right here, a little bit higher, but I think that might be from something else. I'm not sure. So our bullet either entered here or here, tore up the front console, and let's go check the front, see what kind of damage it did to the engine. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly in here where that, Zach, get out of here. What? You're overcrowding. I can't see.
I'm just trying to see if I can find
I can't see. Your mustache is in the way. All right, so if you look really closely here, right down here, you see this white metal. That is where the exit is. So that bullet came through, tore through this metal right here, and then it came into our engine and ultimately did not come out the other side. Can you get that bar off my back?
You talking about this tiny little rod?
Yeah, I can't get it off. Thank you. Ah! There you have it. Thank you guys for watching. You guys go to yee.com, grab some Yee gear. That's the best way to support the channel. Grab a hat, grab a t-shirt. Appreciate you. We'll send it to you right here from Georgetown, Texas. And on a slightly different note, if anyone's in the market for a used 2000 Mazda 626, just let us know. So. You think I could break this sunroof with this crowbar?
Yeah, please don't though. I already have to clean up a ton of glass from this.
Do you think I could though?
Yeah, just don't. It's gonna make it.
Do you think it would break?
Well, yes, but just don't, please.
Broke.
All right.
There's glass everywhere.
Okay. Just why? Why would you? Dude, I literally said. Can we just go back to the range, please?
Yeah, we can go back to the range. Right after.
Whoa. Parker.
Just hang on.
Oh my God!
This isn't sounding good.
Yeah, because you just crashed it into the berm.
Ah!